Well, now come to the third chapter, that is productions and the costs. Production involves a lot of production is a complicated process. It involves various inputs, right? It involves various inputs such as land, labor, capital, finance or machineries, and entrepreneurship. Like it need entrepreneur. Someone has to start the production process, or someone has to start the process of manufacturing, right? So all these inputs, and it involves very complicated process. In order to produce something, we have to incur cost on all these inputs, right? We have to incur cost on all these inputs. So for that purpose, in this chapter we will discuss what are the costs, what are the short run cost, what is the long run cost, how the prices of the final product determined, right? What is the law of diminishing marginal product, what is the return to scale, and the costs. So all these things will be discussed in detail in this chapter. So first of all, the production function. As I said earlier, production is a complicated process, involves so many inputs. So the output is the function of inputs, right? Such as capital, land, labor, entrepreneurship. So in a simplest form, this is the production function, which involves capital and labor. And the production function shows the relationship between the inputs. It is the relationship between the inputs and the outputs, which involves the production of goods and services, right? Now it represents the technology and the resources available to the firm for the production. See, the production process, right? The traditional land, labor, capital, these are the traditional inputs. Now the change in technology can potentially adult the production process and improve the total productivity of the firm, right? And it will shift the production function to the right. It will increase the production function in a major term. Now the next is what is the short run and the long run costs. The short run, we consider short run where at least one input is fixed and only one variable input can be adjusted. So in the short run, right, like for example, we have a factory where we produce toys, right? Now we have fixed factory, fixed land, fixed machineries. In the short run, what we can do, we can increase the number of people working in this factory. Now considering all other factors of the inputs constant, we are changing only labor, right? So in the short run, few factors are constant and one variable changes. So that is the short run, and it is logical, right? In the short run, you cannot simply increase all the inputs, right? Like shifting the factory to another location, building means purchasing lot of machineries and then start producing. So in the short run, only one variable of the inputs changes, and according to that we can adjust the prices, or we can keep the prices constant. The next is a long run process, where long run cost, where all the inputs can be varied, including the plant size and technology. In the long run, we know the factories have planned to expand to other location. Factories have planned to scale up, like they want to increase more. They want to increase the capacity of their factory. So all these things involve the long run. Now some important definitions, such that a total product is produced by the firm. Total product is the total output produced by firm. Then average product is output per unit of the input. That is, see, if you are producing output of 100 rupees and you have input, say you have incurred cost of around 50 rupees, right? So average product is the output per unit of input, right? Output 100 unit and output input 50 rupees, say, right? So 2 by 1, right? So that is the average product of the production process. Now what is the marginal product? Now let me explain you through this example. Suppose this is a farm. It's a 1 hectare of farm, right? It's 1 hectare of farm. Now initially you employ around 10 people in this farm, 10 people, where your output is 100 quintal. So that is your output after employing 10 people. Now what you do, you employ 5 more people, and the output, now you see the output have increased to 500 quintal. 500 quintal would be a large output. We take, for example, 50 quintal output increased. Now we can say that per person output increased is 5 quintal, 10 quintal, right? For per person output increased 12 quintal. So that is the marginal product. It is the additional output produced by one more unit of input. So like if you employ one extra labor, you can see that there is a rise in output. So that rise in output for one employee is a marginal product. And see, you can see this, you can see here in this example how it works. See the amount of capital. So this is a fixed capital, that is the amount of fixed capital, and we are changing the labor, right? We are increasing the labor. Now the total product when you have fixed amount of capital is a 0. And now you start employing one people here. You employ one people, you see the total product increased to 57. Now the average product, because average product is a 57, because your variable, see, you have increased only one employee. Now the marginal product, because you have employed one people, the marginal product is 57, that is the output produced by one employee. Now you employ two people, you see that there is a rise in output, right? There is a rise in output. Now the marginal output will be, because you employed two people and the output increased to 118. Now you divide this two and it becomes the 61. So this is how this table works. Hope you guys have understood this. Now next thing, the law of diminishing marginal product. Now this is very interesting concept in the economics. See what happens. Now you have this farm of 1 hectare. Now you start employing people in this farm. You will see that slowly your output will rise, your total output will rise, but at certain point of time you will see that your output will start declining, because it will start crowding out the space. Many people will start working, and they will actually ruin the output. And also the marginal product, this is the concept where the disguised employment comes, because you start employing more and more people. We know that this farm has a capacity of 100 labor, right? 100 labor. Now if you employ 105 labor, you will see that there is no increase in the output, right? And if you start employing more people, you will see that the marginal product per labor start declining. So this happens because there is not enough space, there is not enough capital to accommodate one more employee, right? And because of that, there is a diminishing marginal product, that your output will start declining as you employ more and more people. So that is the concept here. Now the shapes of a total product and marginal product curve, as I said earlier, the product will start increasing, but at certain point as you employ more people, it will become either constant or it will start declining. As we have discussed earlier, the marginal product will start declining, and average product per labor will also start declining as you employ more and more labor, right here, as you employ more and more labor. And the point where you should stop the production process is where the average product and marginal product is crossing each other, right? At this point you should start the production process, because that is the point where you can maximize your profit. Now return to scale. There are three types of return to scale. Increasing return to scale, where you write, see, you invest 5 rupees and you are getting output of 10 rupees, right? So that is increasing return to scale. Constant return to scale, you are investing 5 rupees, now you are getting output of 5 rupees, that is the constant return to scale. Now decreasing return to scale, here you are investing 5 rupees, now you are getting 3 rupees, so that is the decreasing return to scale. Now this is now, as I said earlier, the production process involves various inputs, and because of that, the inputs, right, you have to pay for the inputs, right? And because the higher you pay for the inputs, your product will be costlier, right? So you have to measure the costs. What are the costs involved in the production process? And there are two types of cost: short run cost and long run cost. In the short run and long run, we can see various metric we use, such as average variable cost, right? Average fixed cost, short run average cost, short run marginal cost. As I said earlier, marginal means as you vary the inputs, the output will change. And what amount of output change when you invest certain amount. So the last unit you invested, how much output it gives, right? How much output it gives, that is called as marginal cost. In the short run, as I said earlier, only one input is considered taken as a variable, such as labor. So as you invest one extra labor, you see how much output has been changed. So that is the marginal cost, short term marginal cost. You can analyze and read this paper. If you have any doubt, please post that doubt in the comment section. I will be there to respond your comments, right? So this was all about the chapter number 3. Hope you guys have understood the whole concept of this chapter, and if you do not, do let me know your response in the comment section. So that was all about chapter number 3. So thank you.